Hey guys, and welcome to another Sylphie Plays video. Today's video, however, is from a different game. If you guys have seen my previous Sylphie Plays videos, I've been playing an otome game called Love is a Game by the company Odyless. If you guys were interested in seeing those videos, I'll be linking all the Sylphie Plays videos of Love is a Game down below so you guys can check those out. So anyway, we are starting a new game today by an indie developer group called Dicesuki. And the game I'm playing is a demo mode of their upcoming game, Cinderella Phenomenon. And as of the day I'm recording this video, there's 5 more days until their Kickstarter is over. So if you guys were interested in helping Dicesuki out, I'll be linking their Kickstarter and all their links down below. But yeah, I discovered this game as I was browsing around for otome games after I finished Love is a Game. And this game piqued my interest because 1. The art, 2. The art, 3. The art, 4. The story, and 5. The art. Yeah. So anyway, it is very beautiful as you can see in the home page of the game. And I did not hesitate to download this game despite it just being a demo mode. I'm sad, but I'm gonna love this game. I'm gonna buy it or whatever when it comes out, but yes. Anyway, without further ado of me blabbering away, let's start with the game. Ooh, crystal sounds. I like it. Well, we recommend viewing the tutorial if this is your first time playing a RenP visual novel. Would you like to view the tutorial? Nah. We're gonna find out anyway how the story goes, so... Yes, ooh, there's Lily. There's a Lily, I mean. No. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were 2 crystals. One was the Crystallum Lucis, protected by the ruler of the fairies. Final Fantasy 15 terminology right there. The other was the Crystallum Tenebrarum, which was watched over by the High Leader of the Witches. Yep, Final Fantasy 15 terminology indeed. The Lucis was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The Tenebrarum by fear, anger, and hatred. The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. For there can be no joy without sadness, no courage without fear. The kingdom was at peace for a time. Then one day, a traveling bard decided to write stories, tales of the magic and wonders of the kingdom. He named these stories fairy tales. In fairy tales, the light always emerged victorious and true love was the usual reward. The fairy tales spread further than could have been predicted. The humans of the kingdom began to believe that fairy tales were true and that the magic of the witches was inherently wicked and cruel. The witches became hated and feared. Eventually, they were hunted like animals. The witch hunt. The High Leader of the Witches, in all of her anger, created the fairy tale curse. You think we are wicked? So be it. Just as you have taken our happily ever afters, we shall take yours. The witches used the fairy tale curse to attack humans indiscriminately, ultimately throwing the kingdom into chaos and darkness. The ruler of the fairies, the Lucis bearer, sought to regain peace. But the witches were blinded by their hatred for humans who were responsible for the witch genocide. A terrible war, the Great War, began. Eventually, the Tenebrarum bearer, the High Leader of the Witches, was finally defeated. The Tenebrarum was lost, peace was restored, and the light once again triumphed. But darkness can never fully disappear. It waits in the shadows, patient for when its time will inevitably return. Contract. Sign here. Lucet. Oh! I believe this is where we are able to change our characters' names. And since this is the demo mode or something, I'm just gonna stick with the default name, which is Lucette. Prologue. The Ice Princess. My name is Lucette Riella Britton. daughter of King Gennaro Britain III. I am the crown princess of the kingdom of Angeal. At least, that was who I used to be. But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse. Whoa, gorgeous art already. I'm loving the game just because of the art already. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now I am nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I am stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day. It had started out like any other day. Have you heard? Another prison was cursed. I am on my way to the dining hall for breakfast when I stop and listen to the sound of hushed voices. There are two maids standing next to each other with brooms in hand. These two are slacking off again. That's terrible! What fairy tale curse was it? They say it was Pinocchio. Pinocchio? The fairy tale with the lying boy whose nose grows longer? That's awful! You know, more and more people have been getting cursed lately. You think those wicked witches are up to something again? I thought the fairy tale curses would stop after you-know-who was defeated. You two were hired to work, not talk. We're sorry, Your Highness. As can only be expected from the likes of them. Another fairy tale curse. The fairy tale curse started spreading even before the Great War began. I don't have much interest in its effects even now. After all, most humans probably deserve to get cursed. The victims are weak. Angeal would be better off without the dead weight. Oh! If it were up to Mother, the curse would have been banished from Angeal the instant they fell prey to it. But Mother is not here anymore. And she won't ever come back. Ever. Princess? The King and Queen are waiting in the dining hall. I'm on my way. The King, Ophelia and Rod are all present in the dining hall. Someone is conspicuously missing, but I ignore their absence. Good morning, Lucette. Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, Lucette. Why do you ignore the lady? Lucette. Ophelia? Ophelia Widensov. Every day I wonder why my father, the king, married a lowly baker. She could never be a true queen, for she pales in comparison to Mother. I take my seat next to the king, then look up at the person sitting opposite me. Ooh. Rod Benedict Widensov, my stepbrother, is bored and quiet as usual. He is 2 years my junior and is the younger of Ophelia's children. He is mute and uses a plush bunny to voice his thoughts. It was apparently given to him by a fairy. He minds his own business and is easy to deal with, but his older sister. My eyes go to the empty seat beside him. She is probably the most infuriating person I have ever had the displeasure of knowing. I'm sorry I'm late. I was reading and forgot the time. And here she is. Good morning, dear father, mother. Good morning, Rod. And good morning to you too, Lucette. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Why would you hate such a nice-looking girl? Emmeline Widensov, Rod's elder sister and my stepsister. She acts as if we were blood, as if she too were born a princess, as if she could be crowned princess, perhaps to steal my place. I will never let that happen. Now that everyone is here, let us begin. Butlers glide inside with silver trays to carefully serve us breakfast. So, Emmeline, you were reading the fairy tale books that the king brought you? Oh yes, there are so many, and they are all so wonderful. Thank you so much, Father. I'm happy that you like them. I love them. It's so strange that the library didn't have any of them to begin with. That is because Mother hated them. She had all the books burned. Like, why? They are such charming stories. Fairy tales mislead humans into believing they can have things they don't deserve. Fame, riches, love, happily ever afters. And when their wishes do not come to fruition exactly as they want them to, the humans blame the witches for granting them in the first place. What are you implying about the witches, Lucette? The atmosphere shifts, the air in the room growing heavy. I continue to eat. Perhaps witches are not responsible for the evil in this world. Perhaps humans are the cause of their own downfall. Have you any idea what you're talking about, child? Witches have caused nothing but pain and suffering to this kingdom. Even now they still spread the fairy tale curse to our innocent subjects. The truth is, I know very little about the time the witches had free reign over Angeal. I was very young then, and Mother forbade me to leave the palace, sometimes even my room. I know nothing of the people's supposed pain and suffering. Mother kept me away from everyone, and so I can't bring myself to care. How do you know the cursed are innocent? Our people have been toiling day and night to rebuild Angeal after the Great War. Our people are the kingdom's foundation, and I am endlessly grateful for their determination and resolve. Every day I wonder what your mother taught you about. Leave Mother out of this. Dear, please. Lucette, darling, your father didn't mean to. I am not one of your children, Ophelia. I do not need your sympathy. Lucette, you will show your mother respect. She is not my mother. I set down my fork and knife and stand up. I am done. Excuse me. My father and I have never got on, but our relationship has significantly worsened since he married the baker. My father, the king, it's been 17 years and I have never felt any love from him. He treats Emmeline and Rod, who only entered our life 1 year ago, like his own children. Better than he has ever treated me. This has been my life ever since Mother passed away 4 years ago. Mother was the only one that was there for me when no one else was. If it wasn't for the accident during the Great War, she would still be here. Why the sour face so early in the morning, princess? Ooh, golden-eyed Bishy over here. Let me guess, it's the king, the queen, or Princess Emmeline? Or is it all of them? I ignore his question. Fritz, what are you doing here so early? I'm running some errands for my father. Fitzgerald Iden Leverton, son of the highest knight of the Order of Caldera. His father, Sir Alcaster, has served the royal family for many years. Sir Alcaster is one of the king's most trusted advisors. 3 years ago, Fritz was assigned the honor of becoming my personal knight. His presence is the only company I can tolerate nowadays. You should wait in the throne room then. Thank you. Princess? Yes? You know, I haven't seen you smile once since I met you. Why is that of any importance? Still, I do hope to see you smile one day, Princess. Well, I won't take up more of your time. I'll see you at 10. 10? Don't tell me you've forgotten. Forgotten what? You're going to town today, remember? I deflate as the realization dawns upon me. It has been 2 days since the king issued the order. Lucette, I'd like you to accompany Emmeline on one of her town outings. Surely you could send maids with her instead. I would not have requested you to accompany her if I was going to send her with her maids. I want you to make an effort to get along with your sister. Stepsister. She is your sister and you will treat her and Rod as if they were of your blood. 2 days from now, you are going to accompany Emmeline outside. Whoa, she looks pissed. It has been 4 years since you last left the palace. Ever since then, you've locked yourself away. You barely leave your room. Angel was in the grip of war back then, but now the kingdom is safe and back to its former glory. I want you to see how beautiful Angel really is. Lucette, a princess must know her kingdom. Go with Emmeline and she will show you the town that you only ever see through your windows. Is that an order? If it needs to be. Are we clear? Lucette? Understood. The last time I left the palace was 4 years ago when the king took me with him to check on the people after the Great War had ended. I shake my head, removing myself from the memory. I am safe here. Princess, are you alright? It won't be that bad. The townsfolk are good people. How can you be so sure? Times have changed. People change. Isn't that precisely the problem? Mother never changed. Mother loved me until the end. Sometimes change is for the better, Princess. I think you'll see that today. If you'll excuse me, I shall see you later. Holy guacamole! What the... That surprised me. Delora. Do you think witches are capable of bringing back the dead? That is one creepy looking doll, but she's pretty. Is it a doll though? I wish you could talk to me, you and the others. Oh well then, I was right, it's a doll. My dolls are my only friends. They are the only ones I can trust. Unlike humans, they will never betray me. They will never hurt me. They will always be there for me. The moment I saw Delora, I knew she was special. She was different, so elegant and realistic, it was almost as if she was breathing. She was a gift from the king on my 17th birthday. I'd only started to receive dolls from him when Mother had passed away. Mother hadn't believed in birthday celebrations, but every year at midnight a letter would appear under my door. It would contain instructions leading me through the palace on an adventure to a room full of gifts, cakes, and sweets. A child's dream. I'd been fascinated by the dolls, which had always held a little greeting card. A card with the words "I love you" on it, signed by M. The card would tell me to keep those celebrations a special secret, but I didn't need to be told that. Mother always found a way to show me she still cared. Oh, M for Mother. Lel. In her own way. The secret celebrations had stopped as soon as she had disappeared. Yes? Excuse me, Your Highness, the king has requested your presence. This better not be another lecture. Tell him I am on my way. I will see you later, Delora. Man. Oh, it's another dude. A very evil-looking dude at that. Good morning, Your Highness. Sir Mithros. Sir Mithros, the royal advisor. Father trusts him a great deal, just like he does Sir Alcaster. Every day you look more and more like your mother. I sometimes find Sir Mithros talking to Mother's portrait when he thinks no one is looking. He must have been obsessed with her, lady. He must have admired her a lot, but I cannot bring myself to think highly of him. There's something about him that puts me on edge. Well, with a face like that, Are you on your way to see the king? I shall not keep you then. Until our next meeting, dear princess. Don't call me dear, you freako. Your Majesty? Lucette, are you ready? You will enjoy this, Lucette. I've heard the toy shop has lovely dolls. This will be good for you. You will get to know your sister better, and you will be able to interact with and learn about the people of Anjil, about our subjects. I will not learn anything I do not already know. Why do you always believe that the people around you are incapable of good? Because I have seen how quickly people will betray and manipulate each other to get what they want. Mother warned me about human nature. You do not see clearly, Lucette. If you would only open your eyes, you would be able to see how good people really are. I believe I am already quite capable of seeing the true nature of people. After all, I have seen that there is no good in you. Ooh, sick burn! Lucette, Where were you when I needed you 4 years ago? Where have you been ever since? Back then, I'd been overflowing with grief and pain. I just lost Mother, my entire world. I'd hoped that maybe he would have shown me love and compassion, even just a hug to let me know someone was there. It had been a childish hope. I had been left alone. I did not see him for months, had barely even heard his voice. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. This is what you have taught me. Your Majesty. Oh, that's sad how she can't call her own father. I know that I've hurt you. I know that there is nothing I can do to atone for what I did. But please, Ophelia and her children are not a part of that. They do not deserve to be hated. In the end, they still matter more to him than I ever did. Lucette. Enough. I have already said I will go. Everyone is waiting outside. I shudder at the thought of leaving the palace after so many years. Lucette, it will be okay. How can you be so sure? Thank you for agreeing to accompany Emmeline. I would not disobey an order from the king. Excuse me. Anyway, I think this is a good place to end the video. So, in our next episode, we will be seeing who this girl is, this golden-eyed girl here is. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe for more otaku related and gaming videos, and remember to keep on shining. Bye!